Commander Zethkar of the Hegemony's Third Fleet couldn't suppress the clicking sound that passed for laughter among his species. Through the transparent aluminum viewport of his flagship, the Inevitable Conquest, he observed what the humans optimistically called their defense fleet. 12 ships, 12 pathetic, antiquated vessels that looked like they'd been cobbled together from scrap metal and human stubbornness. The largest among them was barely a quarter the size of his smallest destroyer. Admiral, his tactical officer, Sub-Commander Vexthul approached with barely concealed amusement. The humans are requesting parley. They claim they wish to discuss terms of surrender. Zethkar's mandibles clicked again. How generous of them to save us the ammunition. He gestured toward the primitive fleet with one of his forearms. Tell me, Vexthul, how many ships do we have in this sector? 847 vessels, Admiral, including 12 dreadnoughts, 36 heavy cruisers, and enough. Zethkar waved dismissively. Open a channel to their flagship. Let's hear what these creatures have to say before we turn their little boats into cosmic dust. The main screen flickered to life, revealing a human female with graying hair and steel blue eyes. She wore a simple blue uniform adorned with 5 golden stars. Her expression remained calm despite facing overwhelming odds. I am Fleet Admiral Sarah Chen of the United Earth Defense Force, she said, her voice steady. I assume you're here to demand our surrender. How perceptive, Zethkar replied, his universal translator converting his clicks and hisses into human standard. I am Commander Zethkar of the Galactic Hegemony. Your species has been selected for integration into our empire. Surrender now, and your deaths will be swift. Admiral Chen's lips curved into something that might have been a smile. Commander, I appreciate the offer, but I'm afraid we'll have to decline. You see, we humans have this peculiar habit of not going quietly. The bridge erupted in what passed for laughter among the diverse alien crew. Even Vexthul's tentacles quivered with mirth. Admiral Chen, Zethkar said, composing himself, perhaps you failed to notice that you are outnumbered 70-1. Your ships appear to be held together, with what do you humans call it, duct tape? Oh, we noticed, Chen replied. But you seem to have missed something important about human engineering, Commander. We don't build things to look pretty. We build them to work. Before Zethkar could respond, his sensor officer's alarm rang out across the bridge. Sir, energy. Readings from the human flagship are, that's impossible. What is it? Zethkar snapped. Their lead vessel, sir. It's showing energy output readings equivalent to a Class 5 stellar core. Our sensors must be malfunctioning. On the screen, Admiral Chen's smile widened. Allow me to introduce you to the UES determination, Commander. She may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts. You see, while your species spent millennia perfecting aesthetics and intimidation, we humans were busy perfecting something else entirely. And what might that be? Zethkar asked, though something cold was beginning to coil in his thorax. Spite. The determination suddenly blazed to life. What the hegemony forces had mistaken for primitive hull plating retracted, revealing arrays of weapons that defied their understanding of physics. The ship's angular, ungainly appearance transformed as hidden systems activated, rotating sections realigning into configurations that hurt to look at directly. Impossible, Vexthul whispered. Those energy signatures, they're channeling dark matter directly. Admiral Chen's image remained calm as chaos erupted across hegemony comm channels. 300 years ago, Commander, your hegemony made first contact with Earth. You dismissed us as a primitive species barely capable of interstellar travel. You were right, of course. But you made one crucial error. What error? Zethkar demanded, his voice no longer steady. You assumed we'd stay primitive. The determination fired. The beam that lanced out from the human flagship didn't follow conventional physics. It bent space around itself, creating a corridor of twisted reality that consumed everything in its path. The hegemony's front line, 47 ships including 2 dreadnoughts, simply ceased to exist, not destroyed, not vaporized. They ceased, as if the universe had forgotten they were ever there. Impossible, Zethkar breathed. No species achieves that level of advancement in 3 centuries. It took the hegemony 12,000 years to develop faster than light travel. Commander, Admiral Chen said, her voice carrying across the suddenly silent comm channel. You've been conquering species that developed naturally, following predictable technological progressions. But humans? We cheat. The determination began to move, its impossible engines bending space around it. Behind it, the 11 other human vessels began their own transformations, revealing technologies that shouldn't exist. We steal, Chen continued, conversationally as another hegemony squadron vanished into non-existence. We adapt. We take your technology, figure out how it works, and then we make it better. Every species you've conquered, every piece of tech you've developed over your 12,000-year empire, we've had access to all of it through our intelligence networks for the past century. Zethkar's bridge crew was in full panic now. Half. His fleet had simply stopped existing, and the humans hadn't even broken formation. But the real secret, Commander, isn't that we reverse-engineered your technology. It's that we combined it with something you never understood. What? Zethkar whispered. Human stubbornness. You see, every other species you've conquered had the good sense to know when they were beaten. They surrendered when faced with impossible odds, but humans? Another squadron vanished. We look at impossible odds and see them as a personal insult. The determination was closing now, its reality-bending wake pulling hegemony ships out of existence like a cosmic vacuum cleaner. Last chance, Commander, Admiral Chen said. Withdraw from human space. All of it. Every system, every outpost, every surveillance probe. Leave, and don't come back. And if we refuse? Zethkar asked, though his hand was already moving toward the retreat signal. Admiral Chen's smile turned absolutely predatory. Then you get to find out what we built into the other 11 ships. Commander Zethkar of the hegemony's 3rd Fleet, now the hegemony's 3rd Remnant, gave the order to retreat. As his surviving ships fled into hyperspace, he couldn't shake the image of Admiral Chen's final words echoing across the void. Humanity doesn't start fights, Commander, but we sure as hell finish them. Behind them, 12 human ships hung in space like sleeping predators, their true nature hidden once again beneath hull plating and the deceptive appearance of primitive engineering. The galaxy would learn to stop laughing at human technology. Some lessons, after all, only needed to be taught once.